ready and it's time for the con, but now you're stuck with the new dilemma. How in the world do I pack up all my cosplays? Well, if that's your question, then this video is just for you. Hello my lovelies, excuse my messy appearance. It is con crunch time. I am actually going to be leaving for my con in about 2 hours, so I'm trying to get this done as quickly as I possibly can. Hopefully I don't forget anything. So this video is all about how to pack for your con so you don't forget anything, so you have everything safely packed and ready to go. So I'm going to go through a few tips and tricks, as well as how to pack everything into your suitcase. So let's get started. So my first task when packing for a con is going to be to make a list. This is the best thing you can do for yourself. And a little tidbit, do it before you're brain dead on con crunch. Make sure it's done maybe a week or 2 weeks in advance. That way when it comes time to pack and you are completely obliterated because you've been con crunching all night, you won't forget anything. So when you are making your list, you want to break it down. I break it down by cosplay first. I start from the top of my head and work all the way down and make sure I write down every single item that I need. What really comes in handy is if you have a picture of your cosplay, you can use that as reference. I don't have pictures just yet because I am, like I said, a new cosplayer, so I haven't done a whole lot of pictures yet. Thankfully, my cosplays are pretty simple, so I don't have a whole lot of items. I think Sailor Pluto had the most items to pack. So I also break down the makeup, and the makeup, I go, again, cosplay and pack every individual eyeshadow, lipstick, whatever makeup I need for that cosplay. Also, don't forget your normal everyday makeup. You know, there's times where you get out of your cosplay and you're walking around, and you might want your regular makeup and all you packed was the body paint that you require for your nebula or whatever it is. So make sure you don't forget your actual everyday makeup, and on that note, don't forget your everyday clothes either. I've had a few friends who have done this, and it was a lot of fun because they were in their cosplay all day. Or they would end up having to go to a store to buy something like a dress or shorts and a shirt or something to get them through. So don't forget your everyday clothes. Make sure that that is part of your to-do list. So I make a list of everything that I need for the cosplay. Then I move on to toiletries, of course, because who wants to be a stinky con goer? I know I don't. And please don't be that con goer who just doesn't shower all weekend. It's really gross, and we can all smell you. Let's remember to shower, guys. And don't forget to pack the deodorant as well. Don't forget anything that you need for your hair, whether that's wig caps or bobby pins or anything like that. I style my own hair for Snow White, so I need to bring a lot of pins to pin curl my hair. So that is something that needs to happen, and a lot of hairspray. So don't forget that either. Lastly, I did props and also miscellaneous and electronics. Remember, when you're packing electronics, you want everything to be charged and ready to go. And power banks are a great thing to have during cons. Not all the time will you be able to stop and charge your phone, or when you do have a chance to stop, you might not be able to find an outlet. So it's better to have that power bank with you. It makes life so much easier. So grab your power bank and any other necessities, your DS, your Switch, whatever you want to have to pass the time. All right, so you have finished your to-do list, and now it is time to actually pack. What I always do is I start with my shoes, just like I'm packing for any other trip. Start with my shoes, put those at the bottom so that way they're not getting anything dirty. If there's anything that might mess up your clothes or anything like that, you can wrap them in those plastic bags. I know you probably have 1,000 of them, because I do in my closet right now, and I don't know what to do with them. So use them, put them to use. Wrap your shoes if you want. So I don't, because these shoes don't really get worn except for at the cons. So I'm not worried about it. So start with your shoes. After your shoes, put in your everyday clothes. This is your pajamas, your shirts, your pants, dresses, whatever you like to wear. Make sure that's in there. Also, a little side note, don't forget your socks, guys. Socks are important, especially if you're wearing closed-in shoes. I like to stuff my socks into my shoes so that way I know they are there and I'm good to go when it's time to get ready. But yeah, that's a little tidbit for you. After you are done packing your everyday clothes, it is time to pack up your cosplays. My Snow White cosplay is pretty simple. All I really need is my dress and my shoes and the bow that goes in my hair. I like to lay my cosplay all out so I can make sure that I have all the pieces and check them off. And then I put it on a hanger. This is a trick I learned from another cosplayer actually on YouTube. So put it on the hanger and then take a trash bag and just loop that in so that it all stays together. And any little accessories or anything else that you might have, I just throw that in the bag too. That way when it comes time to put on this cosplay, I know where everything is. So that is for Snow White. For my Sailor Pluto, again, I lay it all out. This one has a lot more pieces, so I want to make sure that I check off every single item. For my smaller, more fragile items like my earrings and my choker, my tiara and things like that, I put it into this cute little tin that I got. It was actually used to be a candle, but I put it in that tin so that way it doesn't get damaged during transit. My bows and things like that I'm not too worried about, so I just throw those in a bag. And little trick, if you compress a Ziploc bag, it will compress it, and it's like one of those airtight seal vacuum bags. So I like doing that when I can. It saves a lot of space in your bag. And then I do the same thing that I did with my Snow White. I put it on the hanger, make sure that I put all the accessories inside that trash bag and wrap it all up together. So that way it's all together and ready to go. The only thing I don't put in there is my wig. I actually use a large Ziploc bag and slide my wig into that and seal it close. So my wig isn't stylized, so it's easy just to slide it into a bag. But if you have a stylized wig, there are things like wig boxes, or you can make your own wig stand, and then place those in your car. If you're gonna have to travel via airplane, or like me, I'm traveling train, a wig box would be great if you want to use that as your carry-on, because then you can just carry it on. I've also heard of people who will just wear their wigs onto planes or trains. That's totally an option too. Go for it. But yeah, you could also, there's a lot of DIYs on how to do a wig box. You just keep it on your foam head, your foam or styrofoam head, and make sure it's penned in really well, and just put it in a box and carry it on with you if you want to do that. So after you are done closing up your wig, you can put that on top of your cosplays. Another little trick, make sure that you are putting your cosplays in reverse order. So whatever you are wearing on the last day of the con is the first thing to go into your suitcase. That way, if you are just pulling things right out of your suitcase as you go, it's the first one on top. If you are the type of person who gets to a con and just hangs everything up, then you don't really have to worry about this. Once you have your cosplays and your wig, now you can place any extra items like your props or anything like that. Place those on top. Remember, if you are bringing a prop and you are not traveling by car, make sure you can fit it in your suitcase. If you can't fit it in your suitcase, maybe you have a friend who's traveling by car who can take it for you, or I've even had some people ship it, but I wouldn't recommend that because I've had people who ship their stuff and it ends up getting broken, unless you're really good at packing packing your post. Yeah, I've had friends who do that. It's all up to you, however you want to get it there. All right, so once your props and everything are done, you gotta try and finagle anything else you want. I am traveling by train this time, so I was able to fit it all into one suitcase, and then I have a smaller carry-on that I will put like my toiletries and makeup bag, as well as my wallet or anything like that. That being said, don't forget to keep anything that you need readily available in your purse or bag or tote or whatever that you are bringing with you. You want to make sure that your wallet, you can get to your wallet, and any tickets or papers that you need should be readily available to you. But yeah, so that is how you pack for a con, guys. It's not much different than packing for an everyday trip. You're just adding cosplays to it. Like I said, depending on how you are traveling to your con, there are a lot of things to take into consideration. How you're getting your props, how you're getting your clothing, anything like that. I'm lucky. I'm only going for 2 days. So I only have 2 cosplays that I am bringing. If you are going to a longer con, this might be a little more tricky. You might have to, if you're going by plane or train or something like that, you might need to buy an extra, like checked luggage or something like that. But yeah, there are also some if you are looking for how to pack like your armor cosplay, like full-on armor, I wouldn't travel with it. I'd be so afraid it would break in transit. But I have seen people who have done it and done it successfully. Getting a large tote, one of those Sterilite totes that you can put it all into. I've seen people do that and pack that all, like put the heavier items at the bottom. and then anything that can be kind of squished up towards the top. But I've seen some people do that, but again, I wouldn't personally recommend it, but that's up to you. But that is how I packed for my con. Also, I totally forgot. Also, I also brought a cosplay go bag. This is for any repairs or anything else that I need. It has sewing needles and thread that matches my costumes, and any other thread things that I may have sewn on. It has the paint and of course hot glue. I am going to have to hot glue a lot of my items once I get to the hotel to piece it all together. It just made it easier to travel with it when it was apart. Thankfully, on my way back, I am getting driven home, so I won't have to worry so much about it. But it still can be disassembled. I made sure that the staff was a tight fit, so I could pull it apart or put it back together, and when it was together I didn't have to glue it together, and it's perfect. So yeah, keep all that in mind. Well, that is it. That is how you pack for a con. If this is your first time going to a con or traveling to a con, I wish you all the luck. I hope that all your items make it there safely and not broken. I also hope you have a fantastic time. Until next time, this is me saying goodbye. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, or if you just like my face. If you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the little bell for notifications for my next video. So bye. Oh, by the way, don't mind my appearance again. Con crunch, guys. Con crunch.